morning, everyone. This is Elaine from Anabellas. Welcome back to FlossTube number 72. I am very happy that you're here. If you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel. This channel is primarily about cross stitch and paper crafting and quilting with a little bit of my life thrown in. I hope you'll take a minute right now and look up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell. This way you'll get updated whenever I release a new video or I have some good news to share. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. As always, I'm so thankful and so grateful that you choose to spend a little bit of time with me every Friday morning. So here we are. This day, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I don't have a lot of store haul, so I'm home. It's a very relaxed environment, not my normal, set that I film at. But I hope you'll indulge me today. I'm going to be leaving town tomorrow, so I needed to get this video recorded and out to you, so it'll be in your mailbox tomorrow morning. I thought what I would do is show you some of the things that came into the shop, and I'll insert photos and tell you a little bit about them. And then I thought I would do a mid-year WIP parade. I have not hundreds, but I have a ton of kitted up charts upstairs in the hen den ready to go. And last year I was very discouraged that a lot of what I thought I wanted to accomplish, I didn't accomplish. So what I did is I went upstairs yesterday. Hey puppy. I want to come up? Hold on, I gotta get the dog. Ooh. This is Riley. Can you say hi? It's Riley. This is my 5-year-old. Last night I went upstairs into the, want to sit right down? I went upstairs into the hen den and went through all of my WIPs, as well as a couple of brand new starts that I really want to finish over the next 6 months. So it's my WIP parade of what I've decided I'm going to try to accomplish between now and the end of the year. So I'll share that with you if you can indulge me a little bit and maybe spend a little bit of extra time with me. Normally my videos are around a half hour, but I think we're going to go over today. Last, let me tell you before we get started what my philosophy is, particularly if you are new to my channel. I've been cross-stitching, well, I'm getting old, but I've been cross-stitching a long time. We'll just leave it at that. And what I've learned along the way is that I have to be gentle with myself. If I make a mistake, whether I'm cross-stitching or paper crafting or quilting, I have, back in the day, I was a lunatic about making sure everything was perfect. Now, not so much. So I didn't coin the hashtag, but I use it quite a bit. It's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter whether you accidentally miss a stitch or you stamped something and the ink spilled over just a bit, or your corners aren't pointy on your quilt. Much of what we do for the joy of it and the love and the pleasure that it brings to us. And we want to finish our pieces and give them to friends or, display them in our homes. And we put a lot of love into it. So be gentle with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself if your project didn't come out exactly the way that you wanted. Don't stick it in a drawer, display it, be proud of it. I promise you that you're probably the only person who's going to know that there was a little bit of a mistake made. So there you go. That's my philosophy. All right, let me give you a little bit of a life update. Let's see, last week, as you all know, Terry was in North Carolina at our home and discovered that we needed a new furnace. And then of course, because in life, everything happens in threes, the next call was, uh-oh, we need a new dishwasher. I turned it on and it's making a groaning noise. But I told him I thought he just needed to run it. It hadn't been running a long time. He disagrees, but either way, now we have the dishwasher. And then after he made dinner, he went to use the garbage disposal and it went poop, poop, poop. So no garbage disposal. So that's 1, 2, 3. More things to do. And then he's kind of in the doghouse. He drove back yesterday. And when he got here, he told me he had one more thing to share with me. And I said, what's that? He decided that it was somehow a good idea, being all alone at the log home, to get up on the roof by himself. So I'm not real happy with him. He went up on the roof because he said there was a cable that he wanted to tack down from an old, satellite dish. And of course, never a good idea. Leave that to the professionals, people. Don't try this on your own. And of course, he found some broken tiles or some tiles that have to be replaced. So, you know, when you have a home for 20 years, we've had that log home, we built it 20 years ago, you know, things start to go. So we'll take care of it, but it's just, you know, fun stuff. I think that when I get back from the trip I'm going on tomorrow, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, I think I'm going to just take a week and I'm going to go up there by myself and have some Elaine time, which I need, and just enjoy my house and maybe take care of some of the things that he might not have been able to finish while he was up there. And then I'll film from there and give you a tour and, you know, show you around a little bit. It's a little bit dated, but we're slowly remodeling it, but it's home. So I'm looking forward to that. And then my granddaughter, Hope, which is Andrew's daughter and it's Jamie's daughter and Andrew's daughter by love. She's 5 and she had her first soccer practice. So I was a soccer mom for all my kids. I think we even did traveling for 2 of my 3 children. And I even think we did some travel soccer, if I remember correctly. So anyway, I picked Hope up from her daycare, from her school, and off we went to soccer camp or to soccer. And Jamie came to pick her up later and brought Colton, so I got to see him. He'll be 11 months old on the 9th, and he'll be a year old in July, which I can't believe. Didn't see Kobe this week. Courtney's kind of back at work, and my daughter Charlene, who works for me as she helps me with designing charts for Anabella's needle art. She also has 2 other jobs, so she's very busy. And then I called Michelle, my oldest daughter, to see about having dinner tonight before I leave town with her and Elijah. And she told me Elijah has the flu. So I feel terrible. You know, he's only 3 years old. And I texted her earlier to see how he is, but I haven't heard back. So my poor little buddy, I feel bad for him. So hopefully when I get back from my trip that I'm going to tell you about now, you know, I'll be able to see all my grandchildren. I'll need my grandma fix. So, okay, let me share with you a little bit of news. Hope I don't get too emotional. All of you know about, if you don't, I'll tell you now, my Aunt Millie was very instrumental in my life. She is the reason I cross-stitch. She's the reason Anabellas exists. And she passed away, you know, a few years ago. And Aunt Millie, of course, was married, and she was married to my Uncle Buddy. That's my father's middle brother. My father had 2 brothers, my Uncle Buddy and my Uncle John. And Uncle Buddy, you know, he's just been there for me my whole life. When my dad died, it was very sudden. I was only 19. And I remember I was standing at the back of the funeral home, crying, devastated. And I said, who's gonna teach me? You know, who's gonna guide me? Who's gonna help me? I still need him. And I remember I was just, you know, not consolable. And he put his arm around me, and I'll never forget it. And he said, I will. And let me just tell you, folks, that from that day till this, there hasn't been a time in my life that he hasn't been there for me. And although I live in Florida and they live in Buffalo, whether I had a question about my career, whether I had a question about raising my children, whether I had a question about becoming a grandparent, he's just been there. He's been a father figure to me in every sense of the word. And unfortunately, he became very ill about 2.5 weeks ago and has been in ICU. And they told him last Tuesday to say his goodbyes. But he pulled out of it. So let me just make sure I put that right in there. It seems that he's pulled out of it. We don't know for sure that he's going to ever leave the hospital, but he's no longer in ICU. He was there for 14 days. He just got moved to a private room yesterday. So that being said, I'm hopping on a plane tomorrow, Friday, and I'm going to go up to Buffalo and spend the weekend so that I can see him. It's not, I'm going up there to say goodbye. I'm going up there to say hello and just to spend some quality time with him. And my sister is flying in from Denver. I can't keep up with where she lives. She lives in Denver right now. So my sister's flying in tomorrow too. We both get in at 6 o'clock, which is great. So, you know, we're going to spend the weekend visiting him at the hospital and just spending time together. And then of course, spending time with my Uncle John, who is probably going through a tough time, you know, with his now, you know, 2 brothers, and, you know, one of them, you know, lives right there with him in Buffalo. So, so anyway, if you're a praying person, say a prayer for my family and for my Uncle Buddy that he can somehow get out of this. So that's what we're going to do. And then last but not least, on a family note or on my home front, tried to do some gardening this week, and I am not a gardener, so Priscilla, if you're watching from Stitching with the Housewives, help. All my potted plants have these caterpillars in them, and I don't know what they are, but they have eaten away all of my beautiful flowers. So I don't know what the name is for them, but I know that they're orange, and they have literally inundated every single potted plant that I have in my garden. So I'm pretty sad about it. I did buy some spray. I sprayed them and sprayed them and sprayed them. It said you can only use it once a week, and they're already back again. So I don't know, but it kind of made me sad, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it, except maybe move the plants away from where they are. They're near a fence. I don't know what's going on with my garden, but I'm not happy about it. So I need gardening advice. You know, I don't know what they are. I should take a picture and insert it here. Maybe I'll do that. You know what? I'll do that. I'm going to take a picture and insert it here. So if anybody's watching and they know what in God's green earth these little caterpillar things are, please tell me how to get rid of them. And of course I'm in Florida, so, you know, there's that. I don't mind going to Buffalo tomorrow because the weather's in the 70s and we're supposed to get that nasty storm that's coming up from the Gulf of Mexico or from the, down south. It's supposed to be nasty here for a couple days. Okay, on to more happy news. Let me give you a quick update, real quick, just for folks who are going to the retreat in Asheville, the All the Things Autumn Retreat with Anabellas in Asheville in November. Priscilla and Chelsea from Stitching with the Housewives are our guest designers, so we're very happy. And as promised, I told all of you folks that I would try to secure group sales tickets for Christmas at Biltmore on Sunday evening. And yesterday I was able to do that. They only opened up group sales yesterday. I don't even think you can buy them on the website yet. So if you are a registered attendee, meaning you've paid your registration and you've been acknowledged that you are coming to the event and you want to attend this event, which will be, you know, the retreat ends at 5 o'clock on Sunday. And then those of us that want to go to Christmas at Biltmore, we'll just go over there. It's very close by. We'll just go over there and spend the evening at Biltmore Estate. So send an email to me at anabellasshop@gmail.com so that I can invoice you for the tickets. I think the tickets are $118 and they include full access to the grounds, to all of the restaurants, to the winery. And Biltmore's open very late. I believe it's open to 11 o'clock that evening. So lots of time to, you know, take the tour of the home, of the house, which we'll be able to do with headphones. So you'll be able to listen and hear everything you'd like to learn about Biltmore Estate. And then of course, you know, it's Christmas at Biltmore, so it's gonna be just simply amazing. So send me an email if you'd like to join us and let me know how many tickets you want so that I can be sure to purchase the number of tickets that you'd like. Parking is complimentary, so if you're driving, you can just park, and if not, there's Ubers and cabs and, you know, transportation's on your own. But I think it's not within walking distance. I mean, the entrance is, but then there's like 2 or 3 miles once you get through the gate to get to the house. So you'll have to Uber in or take a cab, you know, with a bunch of Stitchy friends. So that'll be fun. Okay, so that's that. Let me see, I have to turn the page here. I made notes. Okay, so here's what I thought I would do is, let's move right into stitching now. I've spent 13 minutes talking about God knows what, but let me jump right into stitching. So new things in the shop today. I'm going to show you Anabella's Needle Art's new releases. We had 3 quick stitch releases for the month of May. They're all patriotic in nature. They're new. We've had other patriotic releases, but these are truly quick stitches. And that's just something that Anabella's tries to do every month, is to give you little stitches that you can stitch up in a day or in a day and a half or even half of a day, so that you can get it finished and get it displayed right away. It takes you away from your regular WIPs and maybe just gives you a break, something you can stitch up very quickly and then have to gift to a friend or to display. So let me show you those first. There's 3 here. The first one is Bold Stripes, Bright Stars, Brave Hearts. So this is the chart right here. These are all sold individually. I finished this off just very quickly, just making a quick little pillow with some red and white fabric stars that I have in the shop. And I just did put a little, you know, piece of backing fabric on it just to cover the little slit. But this is adorable. It's a very fun stitch. And it just looks really cute, either, you know, on a table, in a dough bowl, on your tier tray, or what have you. So this is Bold Stripes, Bright Stars, and Brave Hearts. And that's available in the shop, all three of these charts, in PDF and in paper pattern. The next one is, and these were all stitched on 28 count white Lugana. And I stitched them. Aren't you proud of me? It's not Ada. So if you've watched my floss tube, you know that I've had a love-hate relationship with getting away from my Ada. You'll find today I still stitch on Ada quite a bit. It's a nice break. I love it. But I've now really come to love stitching on Lugana. Thank you, Barbara Johns, for that. But this is Let Freedom Ring. So again, just another really quick stitch that you can stitch up. I think this took me maybe half a day. They just really stitch up very quickly. So this is adorable. And this is gonna go in my dough bowl. And then last but not least, I love this one. This is Friends, Family, Freedom. Just another little patriotic stitch that you can stitch up and put in your display. I could have probably put a little bit more fiber, a little bit more of fill in here. See, perfectly imperfect, right? It's okay. I'm not gonna tear it out and restuff it. No, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I mean, I may try to squeeze it up in there, but there, see? And look, my corners are pointy, maybe, kind of, but they could use more stuffing. But you know what? That's the whole thing. I enjoyed making it, and I don't care that it's not perfect. I just love that I got it done and that I can put it, and my husband likes it, and that's all that matters to me. So there you go. And I hope all of you like them. I hope you like the charts. It's fun to make these charts for you. I like making them. Okay, let's see. So that is Anabella's new releases for May. We're done now, and we'll move into June, you know, in the next week or so. So I hope you like them. All right, let me tell you now about some other things, and here's where I'll begin inserting photos so that you can see what I'm referring to. Anabella's has come out with some wired edged ribbon for you. There are 7 colors available, and these are sold in 5 continuous yards. So you will get a nice bundle of any color that you select. And they're perfect for cross stitching and for paper crafting. They're 1.5 inches, like I said, in width, but you'll receive 5 continuous yards. And I think they come in purple, black, green, orange, red, and blue. And I'm not sure what the other color, pink and purple. I already said that, but pink too. So there you go. And then Priscilla and Chelsea from Stitching with the Housewives, they have come out with 3 new charts. So the first one I'm going to show you is their brand new month-to-month series. This will be a series that will come out every month. It debuts with the month of August, and Anabella's offers both the chart, the floss, a FlossPak. We have 2 types of fabric for you to select from, and if you'll notice, Priscilla and Chelsea stitched this on white. Can you believe that? It is beautiful. So we have both 14 count fabric and 28 count Lugana so that you can choose which one you'd like. We also have the wired edged ribbon in black and white and the finishing fabric. So all of those items are available in the Etsy shop, and then the chart is available both in the Etsy shop and on anabellas.net if you want to save 5%. The other items are not on anabellas.net, but the chart is available at a discount on anabellas.net. Then the second chart that they released this month is called Sunflower Fields. Here it is. It's very, very cute. And then the third chart is Joy to the World. So if you are thinking at all about getting started with your Christmas stitching, this chart is adorable, and I would add it to my stash, believe me. But I'm trying to take a hiatus from spending any more money. But I don't know, I think this one's gonna sneak its way in. Okay, this one is not new, but I wanted to share it with you because we've been out and it's now back. And if I said this last week, the only reason I'm saying it again is probably because it's sold out and I had to restock it yet again. But it's Summer Delivery by Plum Street Samplers. It's a beautiful, beautiful chart. If you are looking for something to stitch this summer, you might want to take a peek at this. This is Summer Delivery, and it is now back in stock. And then Annie B's came out with 2 new charts. Both are absolutely beautiful. The first is Red Work Pairs. And Red Work Pairs is stitched on 36 count antique cotton by R&R Reproductions. It's absolutely beautiful. I just love it. And then Be Sweet is adorable. Be Sweet was stitched on 32 count vintage Sahara. So there you go. Those are 2 new charts from Annie B's. And believe it or not, I think that's, let's see, we also got, no, there's 2 more designers and then I have a magazine. October House Fiber Arts came out with 2 designs. The first one is Be True, and also we have Summer Tribute. And these are cute little summer stitches that you can stitch up this summer, but I do have these charts in very limited quantities. So if you're interested, just don't shoot the messenger. I only have a few of these. But they are adorable and they would be really fun, pretty little summer stitches. And then Tiny Modernist came out with a new release. This is 1 chart, but it's called 2 Cute Patriotic Bicycles. So you're going to receive both. One is for Canada and one is for the USA, and they're very, very cute designs. And those are available as well. And then last but not least, every quarter, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine comes out with their seasonal release, and the summer Punch Needle magazine and Primitive Stitcher magazine is going to be released at the end of June, barring any printer issues. So if you would like to pre-order this now, you can certainly do that. There are 20 designs in the magazine, I believe. 10 are cross stitch and 10 are Punch Needle, and they are by your favorite designers. So feel free to check that out. So that is all I have as far as store haul that came into the store. Not much, but like I said, some really, really cute things. So why don't I do this now? Let me go ahead and show you some of the things I'm working on, some of the things that I'd like to add to my working on pile, but it'll be fun. So let me just, and these are not going to be in any random order. So the first is a new chart by Barbara Anna. It's new to me. It's a new start. I started it yesterday. I think I have these in order. I'm going to show you my a couple of charts that I'm stitching that are not seasonal, and then I'm going to show you my autumn charts that I'm going to stitch and my Christmas charts that I plan to stitch or to finish. Some of these were already, you know, WIPs. But this is a new start. This is Autumn by Barbara Anna. Actually, this is my chart, so I can take it out of here. Normally, I don't take these out because they're packaged in this crinkly stuff, and it's hard to put it back in without making it messy. There you go. Okay, so this is Autumn, and I just love that. And this is by Barbara Anna. And I decided to start this yesterday because I do want to get this finished and framed in my house. I'm stitching this on 14 count natural Aida, and I'm using the Call for Floss. And I just, you know, I didn't get much done. Is that up? Yeah, that's up. I didn't get much done. You know, I started the tree right here, and I'm doing this right here, that flower. So I just got the very edge of the flower started. So, and I love this fabric, this natural fabric. It's almost like an oatmeal. It's got a little flex in it, but I'm really enjoying it. And you know, for me anyway, and I don't know, you can pipe in if you want, but for me, just getting used to stitching on something other than 14, 16, or 18 count Aida, what I find is when I'm stitching on Lugana, or I'm stitching on, you know, a higher count for me, fabric, when I go back to this, I can just stitch along so fast. But I find when I'm stitching on those higher counts now, it takes me quite a bit longer because I'm very careful, and, you know, I'm squinting, and I'm, you know, putting readers on and off. But with this, I can just stitch along and it's mindless. So I'm going to enjoy this stitch, I can promise you that. So anyway, that's my Barbara Anna designs, and again, it's called Autumn. And the floss is very pretty. It's all the pretty fall DMC colors. So it's kind of neat. Okay, so there's that one. Let me see what's next. Like I said, these aren't in, okay, these next two, oh, okay, we're gonna do the next three. Okay, this is a WIP that I've been working on for a while. You guys have seen me mention it before, but this is on my goal list to finish up pretty soon now. This is Remember Me by Scattered Seed Samplings. This just calls to my heart. And I love the navy blue and the green. I am gonna turn this into a pillow as shown. And that's how much progress I've made. I've made quite a bit of progress on this. I don't have my, I don't have very far to go to finish it off. So it is in my pile. I will get this done. And I will be displaying it very, very soon. Yes, I am still on the hunt for some fabric for the back. I don't know what my problem is, but I'll probably get to it, when I get closer to finishing it. But let me see, how much do I have left to finish? Let me see. Not very much. I only have right here. All I have left, oh God. All I have left is the bird right there. So not much, just have to do this right here. And that's done. Very, very pretty. This is one, I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed stitching it. I know that I put it aside only because I got busy doing other things, like we all do. But I've really, really enjoyed stitching it. And I wish I knew what the fabric was, but I don't. I don't know why I don't know what the fabric is. I want to say it's the same fabric that I just showed you, the 14 count natural. Perhaps, I'm not sure. Okay, the next that is not, seasonal related is Home of a Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. I absolutely love this chart. I picked it up last year. I love the house. I want to display this in my foyer so that when people come in, they know that they are in the home of a needleworker. And I haven't done much, I'm not going to lie, but I've started it. So I've got home of a, where's the E? So all I've done is this branch right here and the E, which is this branch right here and the E. How's the manicure doing? I should go before I go to Buffalo. So that's it. So I've got a lot of work to do on this, but it's not a very big chart, so I don't think it's going to take me too long. So I'm enjoying that. Why is this stained already? It's stained already. That's what happens when you stitch in hand, which is what I do. No matter how careful I am, I always get like a dirty crease. But it comes right out. And I guess I could use a hoop, but I don't know. I'm not much of a hoop person. Hoops make me uncomfortable. They're too heavy. I don't like heavy stuff. Okay, then, my little, who made this pretty bag for me? I don't know who made this pretty bag. Somebody made this pretty bag for me, but they didn't put a tag in it, so I don't know who sent it to me, but this pretty project bag. I don't know who sent this to me. I forgot. I'm sorry, but thank you because I love it. It's a beautiful project bag. I've had it for a while. Okay, these are the Lori Holt stitch cards that I'm stitching up. I want to complete this for each of my 3 grandsons. I haven't started it, but I've kitted it up. This is definitely going to be done. It's just, these are quick stitches. I can do them, when I'm on the plane tomorrow, as an example, I can probably whip one of these out. I did start this one, I believe last time I traveled, actually. Who knows where I went. But I did start this one. Let me pull it out of here. Sorry for all the crinkling. Oh, I started this, the butterfly, I believe. And I've only done that much of it. But it's coming along, and I'm going to get these done. Yes, it's Stitch Card Set I. So I'm stitching all of these for myself. I want to put this in the hen den in my dough bowl that I plan to get for there. I don't have one yet. I have to purchase one. I don't know if you know, I have an Amazon shop. The link is below. So if you're ever looking for good deals, whenever I see something when I'm on Amazon that I like and I think you might like, I go ahead and I put it in the shop. So whenever you go to the Amazon shop, you can just look by category. I think I have a dough bowl category. I have finishing items. I have glues and adhesives. I have lighting. Just stuff that I find in my journey that I think I will share with you, my stitchy friends, so that, I'm saving you some legwork. And if it's in my shop, then I haven't returned it. So that means it's good. It passed the Elaine test. So there you go. Okay, next I'm going to share with you my Christmas projects. Okay, so let's go through these. These are currently WIPs. They're currently in progress. The only time I've touched these since last year is during Christmas Cross Stitch Week that we do here at Anabella's, Cross Stitch Christmas Week. I can't ever get the hashtag. I don't know if it's Xmas, X Stitch Week, or Xmas, I don't know. Whatever the hashtag is, I'll put it below or above. But, you know, other than Christmas Cross Stitch Week, I really haven't done much stitching. So these are ones that I definitely want to finish by the end of the year. The first one is Simple Gifts by Praiseworthy Stitches. I am stitching this on 18 count ivory, and I have completed this much. So I believe I started in the upper right-hand corner. Let me see, I did. I started up here in this upper right-hand corner. So there it is, right here. And I'm stitching this for my sister. So I think she'll like it. She may not like it for 2022, but she may get it for 2023. But you know what? I have to think positive, right? I will get this done. I just find that I can't stitch this particular piece at night, that I need to stitch it during the day because there's so many, the motifs are so intricate. You really have to be concentrating and focusing. And I'm a morning person. I'm up at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. So by 8 o'clock at night, if I sit down to stitch this, it will be very perfectly imperfect, to say the least. Okay, this I showed you recently. This is a fun series by Pansy Patch. So I know last week I showed you a new series by Jeanette Douglas, which you all have just gone crazy over, called Sew Together. So if you haven't watched last week's video, go back and take a peek if you're interested in a fun series, Sew Together by Jeanette Douglas. There's 8 charts in the series. And this series I fell in love with. I love Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. And this is called The House on Peppermint Lane is the name of the series. And I grabbed this chart. It's called Christmas House. And I started this, and I'm making pretty good progress. So there you go. And I am stitching this on a beautiful artichoke by Witchell. And let me just tell you, it's beautiful. This fabric is gorgeous. Now, what she stitched it on is 36 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. She stitched it with 1 strand of thread over 2 linen threads. And the finished size is about 5.5 by 5.5. I'm stitching this on 16 count artichoke. And it's beautiful. The color is going to be gorgeous. So if I get through this and I like it, I'll add more of these pillows to my series, to the series. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish what I've got, you know, what my goals are between now and the end of the year. Right? That's the goal. So there you go. That's that one. All right. This one. All right. There's a story behind this. The problem with these Amazon project bags, which are on in my Amazon shop, is the zippers get stuck. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. That's my bird. Can you hear her? That's Bella. Bella Fiorella is her name. That's my maiden name, Fiorella. So it's Bella Fiorella, and she is a Quaker parrot, and she is upstairs, and hopefully you won't hear her potty mouth, because Terry, when he drives with her to North Carolina, if he takes her in his car, he has 11 hours to teach her every swear word in the book, and this poor bird has learned them all. So, you know, man's in the doghouse. Anyway, back to Christmas. This is Stitching with the Housewives Closs Christmas. This came out last year. I fell in love with it. I ran like a lunatic to Hobby Lobby to get this board, which I have in my craft room right now. I just reorganized my whole craft and sewing room. But I am going to get this done. I am stitching this on the called for black, well, I'm stitching it on black Ada. And I've got the S done and started the snowman a little bit. No, that's Rudolph. So I've done this, the S, and this little guy right here. So there you go. But I would love to have this done this year. I think it's beautiful. So you will be seeing me show this quite a bit. Thank you for the beautiful designs you create, Priscilla and Chelsea. And let me just tell you, you are near and dear to my heart. I love all their things. I just want to stitch everything. There's just not enough time in the day. Can I tell you? Not enough time. Okay, dry mouth. Next is another Christmas stitch. So how many do we have so far? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is by Luminous Fiber Arts. This is by Misty. I fell in love with this last year. It's called Comfort and Joy. It's beautiful. I am stitching this on 14 count platinum, Ada. That's how much I've done. Is that blurry? Why is it like that? There you go. 14 count Ada. It's coming along nice. You can see I've done the flower and this part of the bird. So it's not very large. So I really just have to finish his head right here. And then this, whatever that is. And then comfort and joy, just the words. But isn't that pretty? It's gonna be so pretty. And I'm probably gonna finish it exactly the way she did. So, that's another WIP, moving along, slowly but surely. And I have worked on this, you know, on and off quite a bit during Christmas Cross Stitch Week, Cross Stitch Christmas Week, whatever it's called. Then, last but not least, it's not necessarily Christmas, but it's Christmas themed. This is winter themed. This is Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. It's my first with a needle and thread chart that I started. It caused me to start our sit and stitchin', which we do every Tuesday, but we won't have it this Tuesday because I'll be traveling. It'll be next Tuesday. We do a sit and stitchin' every Tuesday from 7 to 9, barring anything in life popping up. But we get together and we sit and we stitch and we chat, and it's a lot of fun. So if you'd like to join, please send me an email. So this is my progress on that. And the only thing I changed out on this is the color of the house. So if you look at the chart, you can see that color. It's like, it looks like a pale pink, but when you pull the floss, it's not a pale pink. So I switched out the color because pink is my signature color. And I have decided to use, let me tell you what I'm using on this because people ask me. I believe it's DMC 3772. See, it's on my floss ring here. DMC, where'd it go? Hold on, I'm finding it. Unless it's not in here, unless it's inside. Oh, here it is, silly me. It's DMC 224. Let me untangle it so I can show it to you. DMC 224 is the pink I'm using. And you know, if you're not a pink lover or that's not your jam, then you know, you can stitch with the called for floss, or you can find another softer shade of pink that appeals to you. But that's my shade, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I do love the way it looks on that fabric and then next to the other called for colors. So that is a goal. This WIP is a goal to get this done this year. I just need to be more diligent about it, you know. It's not like I don't love stitching it. I just don't make the time to stitch it. And you know what I think it is? And I'm not going to lie. This house intimidates the heck out of me. Sorry. The house intimidates me. I just can't even think about dealing with all those windows. So, I don't know. I'll get over it. And I will finish it. It's just, you know, hopefully it'll be by the end of the year. So So those are my, oh, you've got bad breath. My dog is sitting next to me, and can I tell you, he needs a mint. You need a mint? What is going on with your face? Okay, let's see. We got more. Oh. All right, we've got a lot more. So we can pause here if you want to take a break real quick. All right. Again, these aren't in any order. More of my WIP parade. This is the second Brenda Gervais chart that I picked up. This is Keeper of the Pins. This is one of her new releases. This came out in Nashville at Nashville Market. And the first chart I am stitching in this design is this one right here. It's the one with all the tomatoes. Oh, I can't show you that. I always try to show you the chart and I can't. Let me show you this. There it is. Isn't that cute? So I am stitching this on 32 count Country Mocha Lugana. And I love it. And that's how much I've done. So I've made really, really good progress. And I just have to finish the strawberry here, and then bring that down and finish off the rest of the spool of thread. And then I'll add the little needles sticking out of the tomatoes last. And I bought a big enough piece that I can, you know, use it for the next one I do. I don't know which one I'm going to do next. I'm not sure. I like them all. I'll end up doing them all. I just don't know what one I'm going to do next. So anyway, that is a WIP that I hope to get done between now and December. Okay. Then the next one is one I showed you last year. So if you go all the way back to last year at this time, I showed you this chart and swore I was going to finish it by the 4th of July. Didn't do it. Imagine that. It is by Country Cottage Needleworks. I don't even know if I have this in the shop. So if I don't, I will order it for you if you like it. It is called My Country. And I'm almost done. So I don't know what my problem is. You can tell I did stitch this in a hoop back in the day. But this is My Country. And it is beautiful. All I have to do is just finish this little bit right here. So that, I just have this much to go. That's all. So maybe I'll take this to Buffalo with me and finish this up. But isn't that pretty? It's a fun stitch. Well, not so fun that I didn't pick it up every week, but I've enjoyed stitching it. And I just love these colors. It's very pretty. Let me see, how big is this? The call for fabric is 32 count antique lamb's wool by Witchell. And I don't know what I'm stitching it on. It's not in my bag. It's not in my project bag. And I've had this chart for a long, long time. Sorry, excuse me. I disturbed the dog. I've had this in my project bag for a long, long time. So I do apologize, but that ship has sailed. Wherever I kept track of that is long gone. So, all right, put that back in here. Oof. Let's see, very unorganized right now. Okay, let's see what we have here. We've got a few more. Let me just take all these out. And I have one more to show you. This one I have not started, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it. I'll probably start it this week at some point. This is one of the fall charts that I want to complete. It's by Plum Street Samplers. I kitted it up the other day. It is called Harvest Delivery. The colors are just stunning. This is the chart. It's Harvest Delivery. And I'm going to stitch this on 16 count natural Aida. So isn't that nice? I want to get that done for fall. This would look nice in the log home, just like that in that frame. So that is a goal. That is one of my goals, to not only start this, but to finish it probably by October. Even with the retreat coming up, you know, I do make time to stitch and, you know, to have some me time. The retreats, plural, numerous retreats. Right after that one, we have the West Palm Beach one. Okay, then I have 2 more falls. I have Token of Fall by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I started this last year. I'm stitching this on 16 count Charles Craft White with the called for floss. That's how much I've completed. So you can see, oops, I've done his legs and half of his stomach and started the acorn. So I just have to finish this back half and his tail. I did the acorn. I have to add the leaf and then the alphabet and the border, and that'll be done. Isn't that a pretty stitch? I just love those colors. I really do. And I love Liz Matthews. And she's going to be a guest designer at one of our upcoming retreats. Not sure which one. Yes, I am. Cape Cod. Yes. Very excited. Okay. So that's that. Then the second one is also by Liz Matthews. This is Quaker Pumpkins. I'm stitching this on 18 count ivory. It's called, well, it says All Hallows Eve. And, where is it? There we go. Put that behind it so you can see how much I've done. So that is this big pumpkin right here. So I've done probably 3/4 of it. Pretty, right? And I'm really taking my time with this. So, you know, but once I get that big pumpkin done, then I just have to finish the other 2 big ones, and then I'll finish this off pretty quick after that. But it is a beautiful stitch. And I will get it done this year. My goal. That is my goal. So. Now, the call for fabric, I believe, is this 32 count Belfast Antique White. I bought this gorgeous fabric. I opened it up and I started to cry because there is no way on God's green earth that I could stitch on this. I don't even think I know how to stitch on this. I mean, no. See, the thing with linen is all the threads that are in the linen, like all these, like, see those threads? They confuse me. They throw off my stitch count when I'm counting. And things look very lopsided and very bumpy and, you know, I don't know. For all of you people, like I've said a million times before, God bless you. Not for me. I'm happy now that I've discovered the Lugana and that I can stitch on that. But stitching on linen, it does not bring me joy. And I stitch for the joy and for the love of it. So I can't not stitch on that. I won't stitch on that. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that, so maybe I'll give it away. Okay, another Christmas project. This WIP, there's a story here. So this is Christmas Delivery by Cottage Garden Samplings. This came out last year. This fabric is absolutely stunning. It is Alchemy by Picture This Plus. And I ordered this fabric, and I believe it is 16 count or 18 count Alchemy. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of fabric. But being the uneducated stitcher that I was at the time that I ordered this fabric, when I got it, I started stitching 1 over 1 like an idiot. And let me just tell you, I figured it out pretty quick, but it wasn't until last night that I decided to sit down and rip out all the stitches I had already done. So I'm starting all over again. I had started with the tree, and I think I got this whole bottom part done. It took me almost an hour to pull all those stitches out. And I don't think I've damaged the fabric, but, you know, time will tell. I think I kind of did damage it. I don't know. See where I pulled it all out? It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I may just have to stitch over it, or maybe remeasure and see if I can just start somewhere else and have that be in an inconspicuous place. but it is a fat quarter. So maybe I'll start in the top left corner. I don't know, because that's the middle where I showed you I made the boo-boo was in the middle. So, but that's Christmas delivery. And I think that is so pretty and so Christmassy. And the fabric is gorgeous. I could just order another fat quarter, but it's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And if, you know, I have, you know, a little wide hole where my correction is, then it's okay. World's not going to come to an end. Oh, this is an Anabella's chart, so I'm not going to show you that. All right, so this can go in here. This is a work in progress. Okay, then these are here. For what reason, I don't know. Let's see what's in here. Oh, here we go. There's more little things in here. Okay, more WIPs. I want to stitch the Country Cottage NEEDLEWORKS Cottage of the Month series. So what I did is I kitted up July, August, September, October, November, December. So I kitted up 6 months, and I figured I'll do one a month so that I will have these done by the end of the year. July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so here is July. So I'm gonna stitch this up, you know, in June, so I have it to display in July, and then so on and so forth. In July, I'll stitch August. In August, I'll stitch September. In September, I'll stitch October. October, I'll stitch November. Oh, I didn't kit this one up. I haven't kitted up November or December, but that's the plan. So between the Lori Holt stitch cards and the Country Cottage NEEDLEWORKS Cottage of the Month, those are gonna be my, oh my goodness, I need to take a break go-tos, right? Because I find that what happens is, I've learned that when I'm working on some of these bigger projects, I get absolutely bored or overwhelmed, and I put them aside and I don't pick them up again. But if I have something at my fingertips that I can just grab and take a break and stitch it and get it finished, that sense of accomplishment drives me back to my bigger project, and I find I'm a little more gentle with myself and a little bit more patient. So that is my plan. It's an experiment. We're gonna see if it's gonna work. I hope it does, because I really enjoy stitching. And I wanna have some finishes, some good finishes. Now there's something here that's missing. And I don't know where it is, but there is something here that's missing. And you know, I can tell you what it is. And maybe I just decided not to work on it this year. It's my Prairie Schooler Evergreen. I'll stick the chart. I'll stick a photo of the chart here. I might pull this out, but I don't think I've got enough time to work on that and everything else. But the Prairie Schooler Evergreen was a chart that I started last year, and I really wanted to finish. But I think when I sat down yesterday and went through these WIPs, these were the Christmas WIPs I wanted to work on. And then I did grab 2 more Prairie Schoolers, but I'm not gonna even show them to you, because seriously, Elaine, you need to just focus on what you have in front of you, and I've got plenty. Okay, last but not least, I promise, this is a start that I'm going to do. I have no intention of finishing it this year, because I just don't think I'm going to, but I kitted up 2 stockings, one for Terry and one for myself. This one is Parker. And these stockings, if you're not familiar, are all by Shepherd's Bush. So this is Parker for Terry, and then Lois is gonna be for me. And then I do plan to eventually do one for all of my kids and then all of my grandchildren. So I went to 1-2-3 Stitch, because I don't sell this fabric, and I bought a yard of 18 count Rustico Natural Aida. It's very stiff. I haven't stitched on something this stiff before. I'm assuming that it was selected because of what's needed to complete a stocking. We'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna start with that. And then the floss is gorgeous. So it's all the silks. And then I also got the charm pack. So there's a charm pack here, and then my other one is already attached. So there's a charm pack to adhere everything. And then all these beautiful silks. And I've never stitched with this before. So I don't know. I guess you just pull a strand off like you do DMC and the Fancy Floss, right? And just separate it, you know, like you would normally. So I have, you know, the whole bit here. So some are DMC and some are Weeks Dye Works. So that's Parker's stocking. So I hope to get that done, or started anyway. And when I looked at it, it actually doesn't look too bad, like that it's gonna take forever. But the problem with me is I underestimate how long the project is gonna take me to complete. Can you tell by all the ones I have in my basket? So those will be fun. So that's Parker. See, so really it's just, and when you open up the chart and you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, there's not many stitches there. So, all right, so that's my WIP parade. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some inspiration to start or come up with some goals for yourself so that you can stitch between now and the end of the year. You know, I think it's important to have stitchy goals. You know, whether it's just one and you're a monogamous stitcher and you say, you know, I'm just going to stitch this one. I'm going to start it and I'm going to stitch it as long as it takes to get it done. That's okay. You know, I tend to get bored, so I like to have multiple projects going, but I also, you know, strive to have things finished. So having a goal where I just work on these and try to get these done by, you know, I have 6 months, so I should be able to knock a few of them out in the next 6 months. You know, that brings me a sense of accomplishment. So let me know, you know, that'll be the question this week. Do you set stitching goals? And what are they? So answer that question. And I guess we can jump right to last week's winners for FlossTube. So last week, FlossTube number 71, if you're a new viewer, every week I pose a question towards the end of the video, and all you have to do to participate to win some free Happy Mail from me is to answer the question posed, be a subscriber to my channel, be over the age of 18 so I can ask for your mailing address. And last week's question was, what were your Memorial Day plans? And I hope everyone did have a wonderful Memorial Day. But what were your Memorial Day plans? So if I call your name, you need to send me an email to anabellasshop@gmail.com, and I will get some Happy Mail out to you, but it probably won't be till the end of next week. And if I called your name last week, I think only 2 of you have responded. So please email me again if you have not heard back from me. But I believe I only had 2 people that responded. I'm gonna go ahead and let you reply back by the end of this coming week so that I can get that out to you as well. And then both weeks will go out when I get back from Buffalo. So this week's winners are Billy V. Harris, Kathy Birch, Christie's Art Corner, Carla Haskell, Lorraine Armstrong, and Ann Roberson. So thank you very much, ladies, for participating. I will put together some Happy Mail that I think that you'll love, and I will get that out to you just as soon as I can. So please make sure that you are not just a subscriber to my channel, but also that you're a subscriber to my newsletter. Newsletters go out every Friday, and you will find all of the new releases plus lots of other information that I don't necessarily share on FlossTube. The link is below, so make sure that you've subscribed to the newsletter. And in the meantime, if you have any questions for me, whether it's about cross-stitching or quilting or paper crafting, you can go ahead and email me your question, and I will start answering questions at the beginning of our FlossTubes beginning next week. So you can send that email to me as well, anabellasshop@gmail.com. So as I will be traveling, we won't have Tuesday tidbits, and we won't have Tuesday sit and stitching, but I won't see you until next Friday. But until then, I hope you get to do all the things you love with the people you love the most. In the meantime, be happy, be well, most of all, be kind. Thank you so much. See you soon.